Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog, Inspiring Bo. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. There has been a lot of festivals this long weekend, and I'm planning on going to the Indian festival at Nathan Phillips Square after I finish doing this video, and I hope you will enjoy it. Today's topic is going to be the Fountain of Youth. So I'm going to talk to you about the importance of exercise, because exercise is the fountain of youth, in my opinion. I am not a physician, and I am a registered nurse, and I have a degree in human kinetics. I love to talk about fitness and health because, you know, our health is the most important thing in our lives. We cannot buy our health. So if we are healthy, we are the richest person. We are the richest in the world if we are the healthiest in the world. You know, as we age, people have a tendency to say, oh, I've gained weight because I'm older now, or I have less energy because I'm older now, or I'm weaker now because I'm older now. But really, it's not about getting older. It's because people have become less active as they get older. They have done a lot of studies to show this, actually, that as we age, we have a tendency to be less active because we have more responsibilities in our lives. And also, if we have, you know, some disease process that's happening to our bodies, that's going to make us less active as well. And, you know, we have less time because of the responsibilities. So we have many reasons why we're not as active as when we were younger. However, if we want to have the fountain of youth, exercise is something that we have to make a priority in our lives. In fact, I would suggest that as part of your morning routine to have exercise built into it. Now, not a lot of us have morning routines either, and I have learned from the pandemic the importance of having a morning routine, as I wasn't working as much. So it was a morning routine actually that got me going during the day. So one of the things that I did, my morning routine was very simple, and I made it simple to make sure I did it. And also to help me get started for the day. So my morning routine was simple as making my bed, meditating for half an hour, and making sure I exercise for half an hour. So I always made sure that I stretched for half an hour every single day. Exercise is so important to be a part of your daily routine. Because if you're exercising, you're going to be prepared for the day. You're going to have more energy, and your mood is going to be so much better. I have always relied on exercise as my medicine. And so that might sound awful because people don't like taking medicine, and people don't like to exercise. Some people don't. It's hard for us to get motivated to exercise. And I know I've been exercising most of my life, and I have days that I have trouble motivating myself to exercise. But the things that motivate me is the fact that if I exercise, I know that I'm going to have more energy, and I know that my mood is going to be better. If I don't exercise during the day, I feel kind of blah, you know, like I don't want to do anything. I don't care about anything. But when I exercise, I've got more energy, my mood is so much better, and I'm ready for the day. So it's very, very important. My whole life I have used exercise as a vehicle to feel better and to have more energy. So one of the reasons why exercise gives you more energy is because it increases the amount of red blood cells in your body. So if you tend to be anemic and you tend to have no energy, exercise will increase the red blood cells in your body so that you have more energy. And how exercise makes your mood better is because, well, the fact that you immediately have more energy will make you feel better. And the other way is that your body secretes the feel-good hormones into your bloodstreams, and they have the same, like when urine studies have been done, they have found that exercise releases the same hormones that an antidepressant would secrete in your body. So it is your antidepressant for the day with only good effects, no side effects. So it's very, very important for your mood. Now, if you're already having more energy and you're feeling so much better, obviously you're going to feel younger. The other way exercise makes you look younger or feel younger is that you have a glow to your face because you have more circulation in your body, and this will make your face glow. And the circulation, the increase in circulation will make you feel better, and also it makes you less stiff. I hear, a lot of people tell me that they're stiff when they first get up out of bed, or, when they're sitting down somewhere and they get up again, they're very, very stiff. Now, one of the things that, again, exercise is very, very important to decrease this stiffness. So it's very important that we stretch on a regular basis. So if we're doing cardio or any weight training or any other exercise, or if we don't do any exercise, make sure that you stretch on a regular basis, because stretching will help you to move better during the day. It will decrease your stiffness, and it will decrease the chances of you suffering from an injury if you fall. And this is especially important as we get older, because if you slip and fall, the chances of you having a fracture is decreased because you are flexible. Your body is used to being in different positions. If it's stiff though, the chances of you getting an injury are so much higher. So it's very important that we do stretches. Stretches is, I have used stretching to alleviate back pain. That has been also the key for me when I've had a back injury, is make sure that I did my stretches every single day. And what I found out with back injuries is if you focus on resting a lot and not moving at all, then the pain is going to be increased. That's what I found from my personal experience. So movement is very, very important when you have a back injury. The other ways that exercise is the fountain of youth is that you're healthier. That's obvious. That's obvious, as we all know. So when we're exercising, like weight training and cardio, for example, will decrease the blood sugars in your body. So if you're suffering from diabetes or pre-diabetes, or it can also prevent diabetes because your exercises on a regular basis, your body is using up the sugars that it has released into your bloodstream. And when you're under a lot of stress, our bodies are secreting sugars and fats, and it's preparing and it also contracts the muscles in your body for movement. So our bodies these days, we are in constant stress because of the world situation. So our body is always preparing us for the fight or flight response. It wants us to move. It wants us to get ready for any kind of threat that are happening, or it's in your mind. That is to say, your body doesn't know the difference between something that's happening or something that you're worried about. It will just immediately prepare you to get ready to run away from the situation or fight it. So those sugars and those fats and the stiffness in your body, if we don't move, that stiffness remains in our body. The contraction of the muscles will create stiffness in your body. the sugars and the fats will remain in your blood vessels, causing high blood sugars, causing arteriosclerosis, atherosclerosis, which will lead to like blocked blood vessels in places, which can lead to high blood pressure. So what we need to do is to move, to be fit. So when you're doing cardio, when you're doing weights, your body is using up those sugars and those fats, and also your muscles become more relaxed because the movement is occurring. So exercise is important for disease prevention, and also helps you with your disease. If you have a disease, a chronic disease, it'll help it from becoming worse. So it's very important to be physically active. So you may say, I'm too ill to exercise. I can't do weights. I can't do, I can't get out of bed. Then you do whatever you can do. This is very, very important. I taught my mom to exercise when I started studying human kinetics. And I remember when she had her knee surgery, when she was getting therapy, the staff there were surprised that she was having as much movement as she did when she was on the bicycle for her therapy. But it's because she kept her activity levels up. And also, like, my mother was my role model and a very impressive person. So I remember her being in bed, and I've talked about this before, but if you haven't listened to my other videos, what my mother did when she was bedridden, she would just move whatever she could. So she would just like move her arms like this, or her fingers, do these things. And with her feet, she would just go up and down like this. So I was so impressed when I saw her in bed doing these different movements. And then she would do, her neck exercises. She would do whatever she could do. And that is the key. So whatever is in your capacity to do, you need to do. Move, move, move. So if you can go for a jog, go for a jog. If you can go for a vigorous swim in the pool, do that. If you can lift weights, do that. But if you find the weights are too heavy, you've never done weights before, you can just start by lifting a can of soda and do some, just like some curls with just a can of soda, or even a book. Just start where you're at. The key is to do something. I even heard a person who was talking about diabetes, that it's very important to move. Like if you're like being a couch potato in front, watching Netflix, well, you can at least do something on the couch. Just do some kind of movement. Raise your legs up and down, move your fingers around. And she was saying how like anything that we do in terms of movement will help to decrease the blood sugars, even though it's very small movement, but you're increasing the circulation in your body. And just as an aside, if you, for the stiffness, make sure that you're drinking a lot of water so that, that you have more fluid, and that will give you more flexibility as well. So the other way that exercise is important in terms of the Fountain of Youth is that it increases our motor skills. So like even with children, children need to move a lot, and they need to learn about the environment, and they need to learn motor skills because everything is new for them. And one of the best ways for them to do this is by, playing outdoors, playing games and all that stuff. Well, the same goes for adults. So as we're getting older, we need to learn more skills, and this will keep our brain stimulated. And so when we're like, say, learning new exercise routines, there are movements that we may never have done before. Well, these will increase our motor skills. So this will keep us sharp mentally. And you will have learned a new skill. So exercise is like on so many different levels, it is so, so important. So we can't use our aging process as an excuse. So it's very important that we include all the components of fitness. Make sure that we stretch on a regular basis. Make sure that we do cardio. So cardio is any type of like running or jogging, swimming, walking fast, do our weights, lift heavy things. If you don't want to go to the gym, then, try to lift heavy things. Carry your groceries one block instead of taking them from your car. Get off the subway one block or two, one stop earlier so you can walk more. Counting your steps is also very good. I have always had this habit of mine that if some place is half-hour walk, I walk. I will never take the TTC to go someplace if a location is half-hour walking distance. That was my rule of thumb always, and still is. And sometimes, but when the gyms were closed because of the pandemic, I started making sure that I started doing 10,000 steps. Now, I never used to count steps because I always went to the gym, but I remember my colleagues would say, they were talking about counting steps and they were always aiming at 10,000 steps. So I thought, okay, let me see, what does 10,000 steps look like? I'm gonna do 10,000 steps. And as soon as I started doing 10,000 steps, it made me walk longer than the hour, because for me, an average walk for an hour is good. I mean, it still is, but if you're looking at 10,000 steps, it takes more than an hour. So during the last 2 years, I have, on the average, always aimed to do 10,000 steps. And so it's just to keep me active. And the 10,000 steps motivated me. But you don't have to aim for 10,000 steps if you haven't been walking on a regular basis. You can aim for 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, whatever your body is capable of doing, and whatever the motivation that you have to do. But my point here today is to tell you how important it is to be active, and I'm giving you backgrounds, the reasons behind why exercise is so important and how it helps us. I did so many lab tests when I was studying human kinetics to show how exercise is so important on so many different levels. And my course in aging and the importance of exercise was also very, very important to help me to motivate myself. But actually, I didn't even need the courses to help me motivate me to keep fit. It's just the fact that my mood is so much better and I have more energy. I know that I have to exercise in order to have more energy and to feel better. So I urge you to include exercise as part of your daily routine. If you want to feel younger, if you want to look younger, we have to be healthier. If we're healthier, we automatically look younger. We automatically feel younger. And exercise will prevent the disease process from happening, or it will slow down the disease process from happening. Obviously, we don't have everything in our control, but we can do what is in our control. And exercising helps the disease process. And if you already have a chronic disease, it will keep it from slowing down and it will keep you moving. So you do whatever it is that you can do, but it's something that we need to include on a regular basis. And you do look so much younger if you're fitter, especially, for example, as we get older, we lose our muscle mass. So our muscles start atrophying, which means, they become weaker and the tonus of the muscles in our body decreases. So we need to lift heavy things. We need to, if we can, go to the gym and do some weight training 2 or 3 times a week so we can have more strength, so our muscles are more toned. That you don't even have to lose any weight in order to look smaller, because increasing the muscle mass in your body will make your body look firmer, and your body will be stronger, but it also look firmer, and you will look smaller. And you may gain weight when you're doing weight training because the muscle weighs more than fat. So when you start exercising and you're controlling your diet and you gain some weight, don't freak out. It's probably just that you're gaining more muscle. So I hope that today I have given you reasons to motivate yourself to go out to exercise. Include it in your regular routine. You will look younger, feel younger, and that is your fountain of youth. I hope that you enjoyed this video today, and please subscribe to my channel and share it with others. Also, I would love to hear from you to know what kind of topics you would like to hear from me with respect to health and fitness. Hope you have a great day. Thanks again.